New facial. So we'll be looking at another post on the Korean Eternity section about faces in Mabinogi and how they're going to be reworked in Unreal Engine. So Eternity supports 3-dimensional facial expressions. In this post, I'd like to take time to explain the new facial appearance of Eternity. So currently in Mabinogi, all eyes and mouths are implemented by rendering textures, 2D pictures, onto the face mesh 3D model. To put it simply, blinking eyes, beauty coupons, smiling faces, and crying faces are all implemented by replacing the textures that are rendered at the time. Okay, so this is showing how like the eyes and the face work. So you can see like the examples here and here, and this is like how blinking works. But it's already been 20 years since Militians have lived in Erin. In the meantime, the world has developed rapidly and the appearances of characters in games have become more standardized day by day. These days, games implement beautiful appearances with mesh molding rather than textures. Since textures are only 2D images, it is difficult to express 3-dimensionality or natural movements. Despite the painstaking efforts and research into extreme expressions possible with textures, there are fundamental limits to the range of expressions possible with textures. However, the data accumulated over decades of service and technical limitations of the old engine were holding us back, and it was difficult to proceed while modifying the structure of the game that was already in the midst of a fierce live service. But we are working on replacing it with Unreal Engine. If that's the case, wouldn't Mabinogi also be able to have characters with beautiful appearances like in modern games? Since we're making a new one anyway. But there are some things to consider first. So first, there is a cartoon-like emotional expression unique to Mabinogi that is only possible with textures. This kind of expression is hard to make with mesh, and even if you do, it doesn't have the unique feel of a texture. I mentioned earlier that it's hard to bring out a sense of 3-dimensionality with texture, but in this case it's more natural expression to remove the sense of 3-dimensionality. If you look closely at the first expression in particular, the mouth is sticking out of the face, which you can see here, which is a very ambiguous part to make with mesh. Also, these cartoonish expressions are a unique sensibility of Mabinogi. And second, if you decide to express all the existing texture eyes with meshes, you can't help but think about the fate of the hundreds of existing texture eyes. Since it's a game that's been in service for a long time, there are cases where the resolution of old resources is low, causing a jagged staircase phenomenon in the eyebrows. Then there may be an option to upscale old texture resources, in which case there may be a slight change in impression. From the developer's point of view, the intention was to provide a clearer appearance by cleaning up with the lines and increasing the resolution, but the change in impression felt by the Militians was much greater than we expected. Therefore, even simple upscaling is an area that must be approached carefully. After much internal thought and discussion, we decided to remake all texture eyes in mesh form, except for the expression textures that appear briefly. We will do our best to minimize the difference in impression that will occur during this process. Because of the issues mentioned above, we couldn't completely abandon the eyes or mouths expressed with texture. We sought a way to express both. First of all, since the basic eye expression has changed from texture to mesh, the method of simply replacing the stickers to be attached to the mesh as shown above cannot be used. Instead, the mesh itself for the eye area needs to be replaced. To do this, Eternity had to separate the face part into eye, mouth, face, shape sections. So here you can see the three different sections. There's the face, and then there's the eyes, and then there's the mouth. In the future, instead of just replacing the stickers that go on the eyes or mouth area, you'll be replacing the eyes or chin itself. To continue with the following explanation, we first need to know about morphing. It's similar in 3D. It's a smooth connection between mesh in state A to mesh in state B. Morphing allows you to create a variety of expressions from a single eye-mouth mesh. For a completely different shaped eyes, such as Beauty Coupon, you must replace the mesh itself. So how do we express both mesh eyes and texture eyes through this morphing thing? From now on, Eternity's characters are Transformers. The purpose of this unidentified mask is as follows. So when making an expression that can only be expressed with this type of texture, the mask moves forward in front of the eyes through morphing, attaching texture to the advanced mask. When it returns to the default expression after a certain amount of time has passed, back again through morphing behind the eyes. This process allowed us to express both texture and mesh expressions as needed. And you can see how like the texture expression like pushes out and moves, it covers the eyes. So that's how that works. But in the actual game, it's processed in a split second, so you don't notice these processes. But like, this is what's really going on. That's cool. The mouth is processed in the same way as the eyes. So far, we have introduced you to Eternity's new facial system. How do you like it? I am already excited to walk around in Erin with my new look. I hope you Militians like it too. So yeah, this was a very interesting read about like how faces currently work in Leon Engine and how they're going to work in Unreal Engine. Alright, let's look at another post in the Korean Eternity section. So, Mabinogi H-line skirt production. In this article, I will introduce the process of making a slim skirt, a type of skirt that is not commonly used in games. In the last post, the fact is that the Popo skirt is. That's covered in one of the other Eternity posts. We covered the process of combining key animation, physics, and retargeting to create a flowing skirt and hair. However, in Mabinogi, there are various costumes that are difficult to solve with this method alone. This time in particular, we'll talk about the process of expressing clothing such as the slim skirt that fits the legs perfectly. A short, slim skirt, usually above the knees, is often worn with skinning on the legs. What is skinning? It is a process of applying weights to the surface mesh of a 3D model so that it can move along with the bone that moves along the character. I think the stewardess costume would be the equivalent of the slim skirt example given above. You can see that there are no major problems even if you walk or sit down. So here you can see the stewardess costume. And there's the character like sitting. And there's the character moving. And you can see how like the skirt is moving with the character. So yeah, that looks really good. Among the slim skirts, the slim skirt that goes down to below the knees is not often used in character settings based on this book. An example would be the Eleanor New Look dress. I think the developers put a lot of thought into presenting as many different chairs as possible. It couldn't be helped. I created a skirt pattern using the method used in the Popo skirt is actually post, and then proceeded with skinning it. The skirt's natural form, which is attractive for its fitted feel on the legs, was not preserved, and instead it ended up looking too eerie, which was not what was intended. So here you can see what it looks like. This time I tried skinning the legs like I did for the stewardess costume. And here you can see what it looks like in this example. It kind of looks like the legs are kind of clipping through in the back maybe, I don't know. And maybe in like in the front, like kind of near the knees. When standing still, the fit is maintained, but when moving, the skin on the knees and thighs is exposed through the clothing. So yeah, I was right. So if you look at it, you can see like the skin coming through on the knees and like the back of their legs. It's like clipping through, that's bad. A sense of form, natural movement, unable to give up either one, I began to wonder if there was a way to express the advantages of both methods. Is there any way to maintain a fitted shape but prevent skin from poking through the knees and thighs? I installed an additional piece to assist with rotation according to the movement of the leg. Yeah, you don't want clipping through the actual skirt or clothing because that just doesn't look good. However, I was not able to get satisfactory results because the texture between the legs was excessively stretched. Splitting the skirt mesh did not stop the map from growing. So you can see how like it's too stretched out, like right here. To compensate for the excessive stretching of the texture, I set up an additional bone that only follows 70% of the leg movement when the leg moves along a certain axis. But it's not easy. Problems still occur. Like you can see in this, that still looks a little stretched out down here. It doesn't look good. Though it responded to the rotation of the body, it did not respond to the change in length, so the shape of the skirt became even more strange. There were more problems than I can list in the text. We added nodes that respond to changes in the length of the main body and control the length of the auxiliary body, and we did some additional work on some parts and tested them. So you can see like a picture here where like the skin of the knee and part of the leg is like coming through the skirt, and here it's not. In the test environment, it seems to have been somewhat resolved. So this looks a little bit better in this example. It's not perfect, but it's better. How would this be applied in the in-game environment? Here's another example. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Although it's not as perfect as in reality, you can see that the shape of the skirt is maintained and the texture is greatly improved in stretching areas. The part where the skin was poking out also disappeared completely. So yeah, it doesn't look perfect, but it is a massive improvement over the other results. Let's compare the images when skinning was done only on the legs without additional bone settings, and when skinning was done after the additional bone settings. So this is what it looked like before, this is what it looked like after. Before, after. Yeah, you can see that this looks a lot better. Looking at the before and after images, it seems to have improved a lot. Of course, due to the nature of the game, there may still be some imperfect parts. But moving away from expressions like steel hair or steel skirts, we are constantly working to ensure that you, the Militians, can enjoy the show as beautifully as possible. So yeah, I think they're working really hard on this. So today we'll be looking at a part that was shown in the Korean Fantasy Party for Mabinogi. We'll be looking at character creation in Unreal Engine 5. And we have English closed captioning. There's the login. So they played this live on stream. Here's the new character select screen. This looks pretty cool.
안녕하세요, 밀레시안 여러분. 마비노기 총괄 디렉터 민경훈입니다. 이번 이터니티의 소식의 시작을 제가 직접 보여드리고 싶었습니다. 그래서 캐릭터 생성 과정을 제가 직접 좀
So the director is going to show us the character creation process for Unreal.
업데이트 후에 실제로 만나보실 모습은 지금과는 조금 다를 수 있는데 지금 현재 저희가 구현해 놓은 모습을 천천히 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 이렇게 하나씩 선택할 수 있고요. 새 캐릭터를 선택해 보겠습니다. 네, 이 의상은 처음 보시는 의상이죠. 이터니티 버전으로
This is the first time you've seen this costume, newly created in Eternity version. This is the newbie wear. Okay.
이전에 네, 잠깐 소개해드린 것처럼 이런 형태의
A while ago, yes, as I briefly introduced, this is now.
신발도 이제 구현해 볼 수 있고요.
Now let's implement pretty shoes in the shape of.
일단은 남캐를 한번 잠깐 보여드릴게요.
Okay, first the male character. So yeah, you can pick the male character's age. And this shows you like the stats. Because the stats are like slightly different.
이렇게 당연히 나이도 이렇게 고를 수 있고요. 네, 능력치는 신경 쓰지 않으셔도 됩니다. 임시 수치로 넣어둔 거예요. 네.
So it looks like over here we have like a couple of different like starting outfit options. So like this is the newbie wear over here, and it looks like you can pick like one of these other 3 outfits to start with. So far this looks really good.
네, 얼굴도 이렇게 이거 이따가 조금 이따가 자세히 보여드릴 텐데 이제 남캐 헤어들은 지금 일단 반영해 놓은 건 이 정도고요. 여러 가지 익숙하신 헤어들이
Couple
있죠.
of the different male hairstyles.
네, 이런 헤어도 있고, 네, 그리고 당연히 이렇게 네, 색상도 선택할 수 있습니다.
And the different colors.
네, 일단 다시 돌아가서 네, 여성캐로 선택을 해보겠습니다.
And you can notice, like here, you can see some of the hair clipping through her outfit. So it's a lot easier to notice, like, the hair clipping through the outfits on the female character, because she has, like, longer hair. And the longer hair options typically, like, clip through the outfits more.
네, 예쁘죠? 예쁜 건
Yeah, you can see it, like, better up close. You can see how it's, like, cutting into the shirt and stuff. But it looked a lot better in game. That might just be, like, a character creation thing. Like, when I saw, like, the in-game footage that's later, it looked a lot better and a lot less noticeable.
가까이서 봐야 됩니다. 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 이 디테일이 좀 보이실 것 같아요. 이렇게 의상도 이런 식으로 디테일하게 표현해서 네, 구현을 해볼 수가 있고요. 피부 색상도 이렇게 선택한 대로 바로 잘
And different skin tones. That's cool.
네.
That one's cool too.
이런 모습도 그렇고 다양한 모습을 볼 수 있고, 네, 저는 개인적으로 좋아하는 연한 복숭아 빛을 선택하겠습니다. 이 헤어도 이렇게 반영이 되는데 아마 지금 잘 아시는 헤어들이 있을 거예요. 네, 아시는 헤어들이 있고, 그렇죠. 이 헤어는 좀 이따가 다시 보실 수 있을 것 같은데 저는
Okay, this hairstyle doesn't clip through the outfit at all. So that's good. Because, like, the hair that hangs off to the sides here in the front, like, that's far enough away from the outfit that doesn't clip into it. And, like, the ponytail in the back goes out far enough to the point where it doesn't, like, clip into the back of the character at all.
죄송합니다. 제 취향대로 일단 선택을 해보겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 지금은 이 정도로 반영이 돼 있고요. 눈도 아마
Couple of different options for eyes.
네, 이 눈으로 선택을 하겠습니다. 아, 제가 헤어 색상을 안 정했네요. 제가 그 블루 계열을 좋아해서 여기 제
Changing the hair
지향색이
color?
명확하게 있지는 않은데 네, 다른 의도는 없습니다. 이 블루를 선택을 하겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 맞춰야죠. 네, 이렇게 맞추겠습니다. 그리고 입은
Yeah,
지금은
changing the hair and eye
하나만
color.
있고요. 그리고 장식이랑 화장도 있는데 네, 이 부분은 네, 나중에 또 보여드릴 기회가 있을 것
There are
같습니다.
decorations and makeup
아래
too.
보시면 이상
So you can use that.
있죠? 네, 이런 프리셋들을 확인하면
Yeah, and here's some of the different like starting outfits. Now he's going through like those options. This one goes really well with the blue hair.
하실 수가 있습니다. 네, 이렇게 있고요. 그리고 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 좀 재질감이 좀 다르죠? 네, 이런 의상도 있고, 그리고 왠지 궁수한테 어울릴 것 같은 네, 이런 의상도 있고요. 네, 이런 의상도 있습니다. 네,
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Looks like an outfit that maybe like a priest or a healer would wear, like a priestess or a healer. Or a mage.
이제 본격적으로 한번 떠나보겠습니다.
They're laughing because the name was taken when he tried to name the character.
네. 서버는 지금 유튜브 하나만 반영을 해둔 거니까 혹시나
The server currently only reflects one loot. They might be talking about like loot server. Since I've already done it, maybe other than loot, I hope the servers aren't upset. Okay, so he's gonna create the character. The owl looks pretty cool too.
어떠세요? 밀레시안과 에린을 연결해줄 조금 새로운 모습의 소울 스트림입니다.
The soul stream looks pretty good. I like how they added some color to like this part where you walk around. Like there's some blue, some gold, and maybe some like blue and purple more in the center where now is.
네, 여기 계신 분들은 너무 잘 아시다시피 마비노기에서 의미 깊은 장소잖아요. 네, 그래서 좀 더 가슴에 남을 만한 모습으로 변화를 시도해보고 있습니다. 우리 나우가 쳐다보네요. 네, 아이고 죄송합니다. 아, 제가 지금 손이 떨리고 있어요.
These dialogue options on the side are pretty cool. Like I like the way the boxes look for text and everything. So far this looks pretty good as far as the interface goes for like chatting with an NPC.
네, 뭐 하나하나 말을 걸어보고 싶지만 지금 이제 보여드릴 게 좀 더 있기 때문에 에린으로 바로 가겠습니다. 네. 다음에 또 만나요.
And now she's gonna send us to Aaron. Wait, let's go back just a little bit. This was just a brief moment, but it looks like this would be like the loading screen. That might change like before it comes out. This is just a test play that they're going through. But this is simple. It looks nice. Wouldn't mind if that was the main like loading screen. and then they finally get into game. And you can see that there are like a couple other characters out here. These might be members of the development team that are like working on it, or it could be some sort of closed beta in Korea. Either way, I think it's a good thing that they're like stress testing it. But yeah, we'll look at the gameplay and cover that in another video. But that's the character creation. And so far, I think it's pretty good. Alright, let's play some Mabinogi. Do some event stuff. Gotta make sure I log in for the bingo thing. I think I only missed like one day. I want that free pearling. Temporary shoes. Increases transport speed. Plus 10. Okay. I mean, I can't really complain about that. Like, I mean, I guess it's free. It'll give you faster commerce speed for a week. I just wish there was a way to like get a permanent version of this. I don't know, I'd even be fine with it if like you had the temporary 7-day shoes and then you could talk to an NPC to exchange them for a permanent version for like 10 mil or something. But anyway, I'm mostly after the main rewards. So wait, did they ever add like Soulstream inventory expansions to the cash shop? Because you can technically use 3 of these. Are these like a new... Hang on, I'm gonna check that now, actually. Is like giving away a free coupon like that a way of promoting the option to buy those? Let's find out. Let's find out. Consumables, right? That'd be where it is. Well, they have inventory plus expansion coupons. Wait, but there's another inventory expansion coupon though, right? Like, there's one that you can use 2 times, and then another one that you can use like 1 time, I think. Unless they changed the way that works. I'll pull that up. Oh, funny. You can buy unlimited Shadow Mission passes for an X, but for some reason unrestricted dungeon passes had to be removed from the cash shop and then restricted to like VIP services only, and then eventually removed from the game. Funny how that works. The Shadow Mission passes are still here. Oh, okay, I guess they did probably change it to 1 coupon, so you just use this 3 times to expand your inventory. I guess currently they don't have a Soulstream inventory expansion coupon in their cash shop, which is interesting, because it says, like, if you use 3 of those coupons, you can expand your Soulstream inventory by a total of 3 rows. So I wonder if they're gonna, like, just make it something that you get through events, or if right after this event they're going to add one to the cash shop, like during this event or like after it ends. Because it just feels like they're kind of trying to give players a taste of like what this coupon could do and how it could help them out, so they could like sell something later to make money. I mean, that's the way I would do it from a business perspective. You let players sample like how good this item could be by giving it away for free, and then you offer, hey, if you want to do this 2 more times, get more space, you can do that by paying like $7, $8. I wonder why I still have that Lotus effect underneath me. Like, I'm not even... I was looking at last night. I'm not even using... How is that appearing anyway? Because, like, I'm not... I had the Storm Strider one on before and the Morning Star title. I changed my titles, so it must not be coming from my titles. I wonder if it's a piece of gear that I have equipped. Oh, I should upgrade this armor. Now that I think about it, I haven't done normal upgrades on that. I have some options for that. Yeah, I don't know what's with that. Can't think of any piece of gear that'd be causing that. Not using a halo effect or anything. I feel like that'd be caused by a title, but like I don't have... I literally changed what my base titles and I think vanity titles were. Oh well, I'll sort it out later. Let's do a rebirth since I have the ability to do so. Okay, so I got some weeklies I gotta do before Thursday. So take a look here. Oh, I still have to clear 2 more Ulad dungeons? That's right, I didn't finish that. I guess we'll do like 1 veteran dungeon today, 1 tomorrow. We could do that. I'll be advanced 3 times. Ugh. Maybe I'll just do that today. Shadow missions. Wait, when did I clear 1? I don't remember doing that. Must have happened. Anyway. Let's go do Albi hard mode advanced 3 times. I guess we'll start with that. I'm not sure if that'll count for just like clearing a new lad dungeon in general, so we might just get both of those quests done at the same time. I don't know if that count is shared or not. Oh, and for this I'm gonna use Dark Diviner just because. Like, if it was a veteran dungeon, I would probably use Arsenal Gunner because it's more fun. But since a hard mode advanced dungeon isn't really a challenge, I don't feel like putting in much effort, so we'll go with the low effort Dark Diviner Arcana. I have to admit, I am really excited to test out Fury Fighter, though. Like, I am going to be playing the game a bit when that comes out. I think, like, the 2 most excited things... The 2 things I'm most excited for in Mabinogi right now is, like, testing out Fury Fighter, because it looks pretty cool, and the Fantasy Party live stream. Like, both of those are going to be really fun. I might be wrong on this, but I have it posted on my posts, on my my community posts on my YouTube channel, and I have, like, a video out. But I believe the Fantasy Party live stream is on the 26th, June 26th, at, like, 7:30 p.m. for players in the US. I think it's like 10:30 p.m. if you're like Eastern, like 7:30 Western. I'm certain about the time, but the date might be a little off. Check my video on that, or check my YouTube post about that. Don't miss the fantasy party. My expectations for the fantasy party are probably, like, obviously they'll do some entertaining stuff, like play a few songs or whatever, and talk about a couple of upcoming features for updating the current version of Mabinogi. But like, the most exciting things they'll probably talk about is they'll probably announce 2 more new Arcana, most likely. I'm not sure, I can't be 100% certain of that, but they usually announce new Arcana, that sort of thing. And they will most likely reveal something new about Project Eternity. And those are the exciting parts. Because honestly, like, for the current things going on in Mabinogi, Arcana is one of the few things the team is currently doing right over there. Like, just to be very clear, I don't really have any problem with Arcana at all, or the way most of their skills work. I think, like, Arcana are a lot of fun, and I like the way most of them are set up. I think the Arcana updates are, in general, usually pretty solid. The only issue that I really have with them is that older content is not scaled up yet to be able to handle that kind of power. Which is why I have suggested multiple times and gone on multiple rants about how the dungeon system needs to drastically be improved, and we just need to stop calling veteran dungeons and just make veteran level monsters the new normal difficulty in dungeons. Because, like, realistically, there's a lot of older content that needs to be scaled up to match the rise in power that we get from using an Arcana. And the same thing can be applied to, like, shadow missions and commerce, right? Like, commerce isn't as fun anymore because all the bandits are overly easy. And the only thing that makes airship commerce fun is that you have to do it in a group, so you're chatting among friends, you're having a good time, and while you can use like 1 or 2 Arcana skills during airship commerce, you can't use it for the entire thing. So like, airship commerce is still like a very big challenge if you don't have good teamwork skills. But like, commerce on land it's just too easy now. All the bandits are too easy because Arcana are just too overpowered. Like, no, I think Arcana themselves, like the skills, the storylines, the effort that goes into them, that part's all fine. Like, look, this is supposed to be a hard mode advanced dungeon. This is called a hard mode advanced dungeon. Did it look difficult with just using the Arcana? Did I use any other, aside from Render Dorcha to get more Dorcha, did I use any other skills other than like Thunderblight and that one time I used Meteor on the spider? How long is Smoldering Thread good for? Maybe I will pick that up because the Arcana are actually pretty close by, so maybe I want that. I don't know if it'll last until, I don't know if it'll last long enough until the Arcana come out, but it probably won't, but whatever. Felix Helm, let's see that. It's pretty cool. So it's like, I just don't think that a dungeon that calls itself hard mode advanced and you can just like stroll through it this easily without much focus at all, I don't think that's really a proper name for it, if I'm being completely honest. That's why I think that they should scale this up to a veteran level. All the monsters should be at least at a veteran level. Like, veteran really needs to be the new normal. Just remove veteran dungeons and scale all the enemies up in like the normal versions of dungeons to veteran levels, and then make each dungeon level above that slightly more difficult, and then do the same thing for like idiot dungeons and castle dungeons. I think that's the most irritating part about it too, is like it's such an easy update to do. Like, how difficult is it really just to scale the enemies up to be a little bit more difficult? Like, it's so easy, and it's not even that expensive to fix the dungeon problem. The dungeon problem can be fixed with almost zero effort and without taking a lot of money, and like Nexon is still neglecting it. That's the big issue that I have with it right there. All they have to do is make the right changes, the right tweaks to the game, and it would be perfect. But apparently under Choi Dong-min's leadership, they're too stupid to figure that out. Which is sad, really. That's why kind of like, I understand why Min Kyung-eun stepped down as like director so he could focus more of his time on developing Project Eternity. I don't blame him for that, but I mean, I do miss having him as a director because he knew what players wanted. Like, he was responsible for the Idia Commerce update and a lot of the other successful updates before Choi Dong-min stepped in. Like, he knew how to listen to players and communicate with them in a respectful way and add meaningful updates. That was a director that actually knew what they were doing with an MMO. I'm not saying every decision he made was perfect, but I mean, he had a higher success rate than a lot of the other directors, that's for sure. But see, like, this is not hard mode advanced. This is not difficult. I'm distracted just ranting about problems with the game and how it should be improved. I'm barely focusing at all on this. Like, realistically. I'm barely even focusing on these enemies at all. Like, they're insignificant to me. I'm not even focusing on them. They don't matter. And that means it's not really hard mode. It's not really difficult. Where's the difficulty? That's the problem. That's the core issue. Is like, this should be so difficult that like I should be having a difficulty. I should be having a difficult time like getting through it, and I should have a difficult time multitasking. I shouldn't be like just scrolling through this dungeon at the same time, like be able to effortlessly just rant about Mabinogi because this dungeon is so easy. It's kind of laughable how easy this dungeon is. Okay, that one got done. And I cleared it twice. So one more time should do it. Like, I'm only doing this for the quest requirement, that's it. I know I've been kind of a downer on Mabinogi lately. Like, most of the time when I play, I'm just kind of like ranting about like all the problems the game has, but like to some, you know, I get that, you know, but like it is frustrating. It is like a bad time for Mabinogi right now. I think that's kind of impossible to deny. Like, there are just not a lot of good updates happening. I think the best updates that we're getting so far are the 2 new Arcana and the new storyline to play through, but a lot of the content has been bad. Like, I am glad that they added the more difficult tech missions back. I think that was a step in the right direction. So it does seem like things are finally taking a slightly more positive turn. But like the last 2 or 3 months, or even 4 months prior to that, those updates have just been horrible. And it's not just here, too. It's also in Korea, too. Like, I check the Korean forums all the time, and there are just countless threads about how unhappy the Korean players are with Choi Dong-min and some of his bad decisions. Wondering, like, where the freedom in Mabinogi is gone, like more untradeable crap that we can't move around, the free market, like we can't trade event outfits anymore, or at least not most of them, and everything is becoming, like, the way we play is becoming more restrictive, slowly. And that's not a problem that we had under Min Kyung-eun's watch. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Mabinogi to get better, realistically. Like, I still love this game. I'll always love this game. And I don't know, even one guy commenting on one of my videos was like, Mabinogi will bounce back. We're just in one of those times, you know, it's gonna get better. And I do believe that. Like, Mabinogi has been in worse times than this before, certainly. You know, we just have to wait it out. And it's just the waiting part, like waiting this out is the part that sucks. Because I want this game to, like, last until Eternity comes out. I hope that when, like, Project Eternity does come out, Min Kyung-eun realizes all the bad decisions that Choi Dong-min has made and, like, fires him as soon as possible and steps back in as our director again. I think that would be the best thing to happen. But honestly, if Project Eternity is still like another 3-5 years away, something like that, I really want Choi Dong-min to go and step down as the director much sooner than that. Done. Alright, let's get out of here. What's this advanced Ulad dungeon? Have I completed that quest? I've completed this one. Well, what's this one right here? Because I can get 60 points on that. Okay, well, we still have to do the shadow missions. So, 2 more shadow missions. I'm gonna try and pull some elite passes. So I'm gonna go here, receive items, 15 of them. We're gonna get random items, because then I have a slim chance of getting a shadow mission pass from this box. Hey, cool, we got 2. Nice. Then let's magnet all that crap up. Okay, let's throw out some stuff too. Things I don't need. Things I don't want. We're not gonna run Phantasm today. Enchant Protection Potion. Okay. That's handy. That was probably something from the Master Plan event or whatever. I need to sell that crap. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so that's all gone, and then... Hang on. Really quick, I'm going to sell that stuff, so... Let's go ahead and sell... these? No, the bank's not giving you my money. Why would I give them a cut? Perfect. Oh, and this helm too. We can sell that for like another 12k. One other thing I do want to check is last Thursday when they added all those extra bags, herb bags. I'm not expecting this to be the case, but they even, one of the new herb bags that they released was an antidote herb bag too. I wonder if they added antidote herbs to plant on your homestead. I don't think they did, but I can hope. Actually, I have the Starry Jukebox on like another character. I like the way that one looks. It looks better than this one. I mean, this one still looks pretty good, just not as good. Anyway, I'm getting caught up on the wrong things. Base herbs, blood herbs, sunlight, mana, gold. We have mushrooms of all kinds. Poison, mandrake, white, magmel, old spider. Darn. Okay, I wasn't expecting it, but like, I really wish they would add the option to plant antidote herbs on our homestead. Those are the only kind of herbs that we can't grow on our homestead. I wish we could. But no such luck. Alright. Let's go do shadow missions. We get 2 passes. What am I gonna do? What do I want to do? What shadow missions? I don't even know which ones I want to do. How many shadow crystals do I even have? I think I only have the one, right? The daily one. I do have some nightmare shadow crystals, like 20 something of them stashed away, but I don't want to use those. Probably not. Wait, where's my daily shadow crystal at? Oh, here it is. I know which one I'll do. I'll do the one in Tara. What else is left from this event? I probably won't... I don't know if I'll get the chair item. I missed a lot of days for this long event. I got the homestead item. That was good enough for me. I spent like an hour yesterday trying to decide where I put that. Okay, Elite. We're gonna do Shadowcast City twice. Just something short. Come on, there are tons of targetable enemies in range. They're literally right here. I actually pulled an elite pass for that shadow mission from the mission. Oh wait, this is for enemy behind. This is still an elite pass. Doesn't have an expiration date. I'll save that. We'll use it one day. Not today, but one day. Yeah, that blade fragment's worth 100k. That's nice. Gonna sell that later. Okay, we're gonna go in one more time. Oh right, I have to reselect the mission. Alright, so that's done. Got all those weeklies I need to finish. I mean, the only thing I haven't done is the Ruins of Twilight stuff, which I'm not doing. Like, I'm not doing the Gen 28 stuff. I always stay a couple generations behind on the story. It's not that I'm not interested in the story, I am. It's just like I always try and say like about 5 or 6 generations behind. That way, whenever I do get in the mood for like a lot of story content, I can just play through as much of it as I want without having to like take a break. I don't want to play like... I don't like playing the game where like, oh, you can only do half of Gen 28 now, but if you finish it, you're gonna have to wait like an extra month before you can play part 2. Like, no, that's crap. I'd rather just play through the whole thing when I want to. Alright, well, all that is done. I need to, wait, before I use that... Here, we're gonna go ahead and, sell this. And no, the bank is not getting a 14k cut. And then I'm going to deposit pretty much everything that I got. So what else should I focus on today? Like, what else do I want to focus on? I don't really know what I want to do. I think what I'll do is I'll think of something to do, and then I'll check for like news posts soon too, because if there are any, that would become available probably in the next like 15 minutes or so. I'm kind of tempted to just name some of these pets, get some of this done. Like, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, so first we need to decide what's getting sacrificed and what's getting saved. Jeez, I have a whale selection box too? I do not need this many whales. I have like 2 of them and I don't even really use their buffs all the time. For now, this pet box is out of the question. We're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on the whistles, what we have. Okay, let's do this. I can move these dies out of the way. And then whistles on the left are the things that will become pets that we'll keep. And then whistles on the right will be shredded into becoming more inventory space and summon time for other pets. So the continent of Idia treasure map, I do want to save that one. I do want that as a pet because I think that would look really cool. We're gonna keep that. I don't have a red fairy dragon, so we're gonna keep that. I do have a lot of cat sid pets, but the star wizard cat sid one looks really unique. We're gonna keep that, plus it's cat themed. I have a lot of corgis. But this is a different skin. Actually, I think I'll keep this one. I know one that I might get rid of instead. The flower crown cat, I mean, it is a cat pet, but I mean, it's just a very basic small cat. Like, it just has pet inventory, that's it. It doesn't really have any benefits beyond that, so unfortunately I'm gonna make the choice to sacrifice that one. I don't need another warrior corgi, I already have 2 of them. And it can't be stored in a pet metal, so I can't sell it to anyone or anything like that. Bone dragon. I admit I don't currently have a bone dragon. I'll keep that one. We're keeping that. I do not need another Mer Dragon. I have one of them, I think, and that's more than enough. I don't need more. What about this Starback Whale? What does this box let me pick? Does it let me pick, Yeah, it lets me even pick a Starback one. Since that box will let me pick any of the 3 whales anyway, I see no reason to really keep this one around. This one's going to be a sacrifice. So there we have it. We have 5 pets I'm going to keep and 4 that I'm going to shred for sure into useless pets in the pet inventory. And more summon time. How much Harmonious Cosmos perfume do I have? Where even is that crap in my inventory? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to look around for it. I'm sure I have it somewhere, I just forgot where it is. Actually, oh wait, it might be in one of the inventories that's currently being blocked? No? Oh, let's look it up. I need to use the search function more anyway. I guess I don't have any. I have a character that has some, so we can work with that. So now I need names. Okay, I have an idea for this one. Okay, so we have the school corgi done. And I gotta readjust my pet lineup every time, but that's fine. Like, I have this second warrior one. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I might sacrifice, like... I'll probably sacrifice MP battery or the or this warrior one, this mage one or warrior one, as inventory space and summon time for the freshman one. Because these are just old generic skins, but the one I just got is a new skin, so it makes sense to save that one. What does the Star Wizard Cat Sid look like again? Oh, wait, I wonder if you can dye it. I have an idea now. No, well, do I want to do that? Yeah, okay, I got an idea for that. I gotta get this done. I know I need to name these things. Oh, whoops. Alright. That's weird. I have the caps on and it's all in lowercase, like... sometimes this thing gets messed up. Okay, now do you recognize that the caps are on? There we go. Wait, let's turn it lowercase here. Or we can do that. Perfect. What would I call a bone dragon? I'm not sure. Red fairy dragon. Okay, we're gonna search what the red fairy dragon looks like, because I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've seen it before, but so few times that I don't really have a clear picture of it off the top of my head. This one honestly looks a little weird. It's like, I don't know. Honestly, this cat kind of has a lion look if I'm being honest about it, because like look at the flame that it has at the end of its tail. So it's the end of its tail looks kind of like a lion's tail. And then it kind of has like the mane that a lion has or something like that. That's actually pretty cool. It's a lot like a lion dragon. I gotta think on that one. I might not name that one today. I don't know. I just don't know. So that just leaves the bone dragon and the treasure map. I gotta think on this for a second. Okay, here we go. I think I found a cool one for the Idia treasure map. So, the ancient Egyptian moon god Khonsu. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but let's see. His name means traveler, and this may relate to the perceived nightly travel of the moon across the sky. He marked the passage of time and is associated with baboons, instrumental in the creation of new life in all living creatures. Yeah, we'll find a way to use this ancient Egyptian god name for the map, for the Idia map. That would be really cool, I think. Yeah, his name is like 6 letters, so the thing I'm trying to think of now is like, now I need to think of like something else. Because you can only use like 12 characters in a name, so I need to think of something that's like 6 characters or shorter. That'll sound cool. What about Portal Khonsu? Well, I mean, it wouldn't really be a portal or a way of teleporting. It's more of a travel thing. No, that wouldn't be as... So yeah, I gotta think on this one. This one's a real thinker. Since he's referred to as the moon god, I could call him like Ledeka or Eweka Khonsu. like tying him to one of Aaron's moons. That would be really cool, actually. Okay, so the Ledecca moon is the blue one. I honestly didn't remember which one was the blue one and which one was the red one. Yeah, we could call him Konsu Ledecca or Ledecca Konsu. I think either one would sound pretty cool. Because it would basically be tying him to one of Aaron's moons. Wait, what does each moon represent? Because I should give him the name that I should use the moon that matches his powers the best. Because like yeah, each moon in Mabinogi gives you like special buffs. It does certain things. So I should pick the moon that matches this Egyptian god's power the closest. So wait, what does the blessing of Ledecca do? Here, I'm gonna check, well, wait a minute. I guess we could just open up these individual pages. I was gonna check in game, but like we could just open this up. Because this Egyptian god was known as... Like, he was known as kind of like a healer and an all-knowing traveler. Yeah, and an embracer, a pathfinder, a defender, a healer. Okay. So whichever moon matches, whichever moon buffs from Mabinogi match that the best, that's the moon we're gonna pick. So, a wise pathfinder, a defender, and a healer. I guess extra movement speed is kind of pathfinding because it's helping you travel faster. We can go with that. What about defending and healing? I mean, it grants you more damage to normal attacks. Normal talent attacks. But we're not really looking for an attacker. For giants, the giant version... It affects attacking. About vision. Movement, speed, aiming. I guess you could associate like movement speed with traveling and like better aiming rate and success rate with skills as being a form of wisdom. Okay, now we're gonna look up Eweka, the other moon, and we're gonna see what that we're gonna see what its buffs does. Is there only the shine of Eweka? Is it different for each of the races or what? Well, let's check it out. We have to find out what it does. Yeah, you could compare this to Wisdom. It ranks up every 10 characters. Well, wait a minute, hang on. What bonuses does it grant? So it's passive stuff. I think the Eweka Moon fits better, honestly, because it gives more HP, it gives more MP, so HP defense, basically. So that serves the defender role. More MP and intelligence. That would kind of fit the healing role, because if you're smarter and using like more magic to like heal people and stuff, that would kind of fit the healer thing. Yeah, I think this is. I think the Eweka Moon is a better fit for this pet. Let me make sure I'm spelling his name right. Khonsu. I think I am, but I just want to make sure. Whoops. Yeah, we are. Okay, good. Just making sure on that. I don't want to be like spelling the Egyptian god's name wrong. I think that's awesome. I didn't know much about this Egyptian god at all until just now. I love researching lore like that. So we're gonna name him after the red Mabinogi moon. Eweka Khonsu. I think that's perfect for the treasure map. Oops, that one goes here. We gotta move all these pets up. Gotta put all my pets back in order. It was about time I created these new pets, honestly. I've been putting that off for long enough. I need that inventory space back. Well, actually I don't, but it is about time I create those pets. Let's see what this looks like when you mount it. Yeah, that looks cool, and you're sitting on clearly an old-looking map. It looks like, it actually looks like a map of Oliver, and you can see Ulad on there too, and Belvast, and the dotted lines and stuff. Oh wait, is this an actual, wait a minute, is this an actual treasure map? It's saying there's treasure here. There's like a red X here. In the Nares Plateau area, I think. If I go to that exact spot then, and there's no treasure there, could I technically complain about that? Because, like, it says there's treasure there. What if there isn't? Can't just lie about that. It's a fake treasure map if that's the case. But yeah, no, I like this pet. This looks cool. Looks like an ancient map. What does it look like when it's fighting? Okay. Wait, what's that on its... Oh, that's cool. That's like a wax seal when it, with the Mabinogi symbol on it when it's rolled up. That's awesome. That's what I thought it was, but I need to zoom in to check. Yeah, I like this one. This one's cool. I need to heal you up real quick. Good map. Ooh, I don't know what I want to pick yet. Can I pick that later? Okay, let's see if I can dye this pet, because that's what I want to do. Oh, we have... Crap, we have... Those are, fixed. I thought they were direct dyes. Darn. I shouldn't have... Instrument... You know, that's fine. We can buy pet dyes. I don't mind. I don't mind that. I think I have to have something canceled. This is worth it. We're gonna spend some time dyeing this cat pet. Just show me the direct ones, that's better. I'll pay a little bit for the direct. Here, for now, I'll buy 2 of them. I think that'll be enough for the time being. Gotta wait just a little bit. If we can dye this one, I actually should have confirmed if we could even dye it. Opening the menu, but... Yeah, I'll pick that later. Perfect, we can. Wait, we can only dye the hat? That's... Oh, that sucks. I wish we could actually dye the cats for... Darn, this pet was kind of a waste of a name then. Because, like... The cat Atep that I invented has, like, golden hair. Or, like, brown hair. Okay. No worries, that's fine. I'm a little disappointed in that, but not overly. disappointed in that. It's not like I'm gonna summon this thing a lot. Okay, here we go. Here's something. So since the fairy dragon looks kind of like a lion type dragon, I decided to look up like Egyptian lion dragon god, and this is the closest thing I found related to like Egyptian stuff. A mythical creature type thing. I don't even know how to say that name. I'm not even gonna try. So it's it's a little debatable what this creature actually is, like, it looks a little bit like a lion, but a little bit more like a griffin. Yeah, I think we should give it this name. Just go ahead and copy that. Let's see if that name's taken. I don't even think I need to put any extra like words in there, I'm sure. I don't know. I doubt that name will be taken, but maybe I'll be surprised. Ooh, it's not available. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay. So that's 6 characters. Let's go back to the page. You'll read more about it to learn more about it. Get some ideas. Yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of drawing a blank. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Comes from the Egyptian word for darkness. Okay, I can work with that. Let's do that. What a strange pet. But the fairy dragon is one of the ones I actually do not have. Oh, so it has like barding skills, okay. Interesting. Bard-related skills. That's kind of cool. What parts of you can be dyed? Actually, yeah, what colors, like, was described? Did it say if this creature was depicted as having, like... Not really. It doesn't really depict any colors of what the creature looked like. But yeah, that kind of looks like the dragon we just created. You can see the horns up there, the wings, the strange long cat lion shaped body. And the beak or the snout. It kind of fits. Okay, let's see what we can do with dye work. Okay, so we're gonna start with the fur. We're gonna use a direct dye for this. Can't move that up a little bit. Wow, that really sucks. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, well that's fine. Let's pick a color. I need like a... I don't know, we're gonna have to play around with this a little bit. I need to preview that. Ooh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I like that. I want to get something a little bit more, like a little darker though. That's close, but not quite what I'm looking for. Like, I want maybe something like that. That's a little bit closer, yeah. That's definitely a little bit closer. We're gonna go with that. With a little gem on its forehead, that's it. No, I'm not gonna dye that. That looks fine the way it is. I kind of like to make that kind of like a gold color, make it look like it's wearing like some sort of how like Xanafiedlion wears some like gold symbolic Egyptian clothing. If we go with something like that. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, I really like that. That looks like something that you might see in the ancient Egyptian days. That looks kind of like that creature that they describe almost a little bit. We're gonna go with that. And that just leaves the bone dragon, which I'm not going to create now. Are we at the end of the Mabinogi mobile playlist? Let's go with... We don't have that long. We'll go with Unreal tracks. That one's a short playlist. Okay, I need Harmonious Cosmos perfume. Hang on, I'm gonna go check some of my other characters and get a couple. So I can actually do some pet sacrifices. I think I'm gonna wait on naming the Bone Dragon and sacrifice like those 4. Oh, wait a minute, don't the current pets have to be a certain level to be synced up? That's right. I do kind of remember that now. So we gotta level some of those pets up. Well, I have some pet supplements. Let's try those. So let's start with you, the one we just created. And then this one. Oh wait, we also have them on the corgi, the Montoro pet they named. Let's see. What kind of cutscene does this one have? Does this one have a special cutscene since it's a freshman corgi? It looks different. Not really. Okay. Leash selection box. I remember when they used to have that glitch in Mabinogi where if you had a if you use the transformation with your Dreamcatcher to transform into like an NPC or any other monster that kind of resembled a human, you could, like when you walk the corgi on a leash, if you were transformed into like a human-shaped monster or an NPC, you could walk the corgi on the leash with that transformation, so you could just be like Duncan walking a corgi. And for some reason they patched that. I would have left that in. That was so cool. Fun times. Okay, I'm gonna get some Harmonious Cosmos perfume from another character, so I will be right back. Okay, so I actually had less Harmonious Cosmos perfume than I thought. I only have like 4, I guess. Maybe Neko has more. I didn't check Xanafied Neko. But this will be enough to get a few done. Where's my pet wand thingy? The thing that does the sinking stuff? I know I have one, I just don't know where it is. It's probably in a really obvious spot. Like I'm probably looking at it right now. My feathery fin bell thing. I know I have one. I just want to see if I can find it without my inventory search. Wait, I would think I would put it in here, right? But then again, it's not in here. Alright, I give up. I'll search for it. Because I have no idea where it is. Oh, it's blue. I didn't know it was blue. Well, that's my Avon feather. I'm not looking... Oh, there it is. See, it was right in front of me the entire time. I didn't see it. It was right here. See, I am as blind as a bat sometimes when it comes to inventory management. There's only like one character that has a bigger inventory than all my other characters, and I can strangely memorize where everything is at all times. Everyone else, it's just like, nope, I have no idea where I'm going. What I'm looking for. Let's see. Okay, we can do 4 sacrifices, so... time to create... Hey, and we have exactly 4 sacrifices. Isn't that convenient? Let's sacrifice the... Warrior Corgi first. So it doesn't matter what your name is. You're just gonna be a bunch of random letters because you are not going to exist for long. Oh look, it's so cute and happy. Alright, we're gonna take your stuff. We're gonna rob you first. Then we're gonna cancel your summon. And then the happy corgi ceases existing. There we go. So now you have a bigger inventory. Looks like it got an earth elemental thingy. And next I'll give it the flower crown cat, so... let's cancel your summon, create that one. We'll name it whatever, it doesn't matter. And then we summon the cute cat. Oh, this one can actually transform into an actual... Oh, it can do that. Now I didn't know it could do that. Now I actually feel bad that I'm gonna sacrifice it. Oh, if I would have known it could do that, I wouldn't sacrifice it, but I already decided. As much as I love cats, you are being sacrificed for the greater good. Darn, if I would have known it could have done that little transformation thing, I would have probably given it a better name and kept it. But unfortunately, it is that pet's time to be fin-synced. Your cat soul shall live on, being part of another cat. It didn't give much inventory, but that's okay. I planned on giving it a smaller inventory since the first one I synced it with had a large one. And you're gonna be the next one too. You're gonna get the other two. So we're gonna create... Your name's not relevant. Alright, Kaido ripoff, you're getting sacrificed. That's actually pretty cool though. This dragon does look a little bit like Kaido from One Piece transformed. But yeah, he's still getting sacrificed. Gotta wait for the cooldown. The cooldown on the summon time. While I wait, let's actually create the other one too, that whale. Why not? What the heck is that? A miniature? Why do I need a miniature one? Okay. And then we summon you. Time to fin sync. So we'll start with the whale. The whale is now gone. I gotta work on my glyph skills, jeez. And then one more time. Kaido ripoff, you are sacrificed next. Look at that. More inventory. This one got an earth element thing too, just like the other one. That's interesting. I don't really like how that elemental stone kind of clips through the horn of the other pet or through the ear of like this pet. Like, can't you make it hover just a little bit over their head so it doesn't clip through parts of the pet? Anyway. Go and put this back here. So yeah, today was a pretty basic day. We just got some weeklies done for the event and got rid of most of those pet whistles that were sitting down here in my inventory, taking up all that space. So that was part of the plan. I do plan on keeping the bone dragon, I think. I just gotta come up with a name for it, which I will do later. But yeah, I'm glad that I finally took the time to name some of those pets, because those needed to go eventually. I definitely wanted to keep some of them. And it's a shame about the flower crown cat, because if I knew it was one of those cats that could transform like the wolf pet can, like how the dire wolf can transform into like a more humanoid looking wolf, if I would have known that the flower crown cat could have done that, then I would have actually kept it. So I think what I'll do is the next time the Doki Doki event comes around, if there's a flower crown pet and I happen to get one, then I will like another flower crown cat, I will probably try and remember that, hey, this one transforms, and I'll probably keep it and give it a more valuable name. But by the time I realized it, I already gave it a crappy name, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna keep you now. I'm actually looking forward to the next Doki Doki event, because even though I don't like the newer Doki Doki events, I prefer I don't really mind the short stories. The short stories are actually pretty good, but I prefer the old style of Doki Doki before Karenza and all that other stuff, because they removed like a lot of the cat-themed stuff and made how you can farm like materials. They made that a lot more limited. But there is like some cat items, including a cat-themed damage skin that's coming out with the next one. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm more looking forward to the rewards, or at least some of them. But yeah, I think we will wrap things up here for today, and I will be streaming Mabinogi again tomorrow. We'll probably do like more commerce stuff tomorrow.